Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Izola here with Flick News, and I got my hands on the 4K UHD release of the Ballerina and thought I would give my thoughts and opinions on it. So grab your popcorn, sit back, relax, and let's get this started. So Ballerina is actually an action-packed spin-off set in the John Wick universe. And for those of you who don't know what the John Wick universe is, that'll take too much time. Just go rent the stream, the chapters. It's Keanu Reeves. Come on. I mean, there's a lot of other great actors in it too, but come on. Keanu Reeves. Everybody knows these movies, so I shouldn't even have to say this, but I'm still going to say it. Anyway, this is a spinoff, super action packed, tons of fun. You know, it's part of the franchise. So, I mean, I think we all know what we're expecting with this, right? Now, this actually stars Ana de Armas, who is playing Eve. She's a ballerina for the Ruska Roma organization. So she's been trained by them. She is a deadly assassin, but she is now seeking revenge because she finds out that her father was actually murdered by someone called the Chancellor. So this movie is going to give you some backstory. It's going to fill in some gaps. You're going to see how the Ruska Roma organization is very strict with their rules and all of these things, and kind of sets the tone for how Eve responds to certain things. So it's definitely interesting. And, you know, we got a female protagonist. It's nice. Now, all of her searching and revenge is going to lead up to this super crazy, explosive confrontation filled with action and adventure. And, you know, that kind of draws in Mr. John Wick himself. So, you know, it all ties in. I personally thought that Ballerina was a fun movie. Again, it's action packed. And I mean, you shouldn't be surprised because, again, it's within the Wick universe, and we've all seen those movies. If you haven't, again, go stream them. There's a lot of action and a lot of, you know, bone breaking and crazy stuff, but still really, really crazy action packed. Now, there was some predictability with the plot, but I feel like that's just a given anymore. There's only so many things that you can do and so many things you can switch up. So again, you kind of knew where things were going. You could probably kind of tell who did what and what was going where, but you know, whatever. That's just what, you know, I kind of expect. And sometimes I set my expectations really low. So, you know, it didn't bother me too much. And of course, there were some unrealistic pieces to the storyline, which when I was reading about other reviews, I found that a lot of people were really harping on that. And I was like, you know what you're watching, right? Like, even in chapters 1 through 4, they just kept getting more and more unrealistic. So what are you expecting from this? I don't know if they were just kind of poo-pooing on it because it's not John Wick himself and it's like a female protagonist, or if maybe I don't know. But anyway, it's like, I don't know why you're harping on it that much. Like, you go into this movie expecting unrealistic things. It's kind of like the Fast and the Furious. Like, when you watch from the first one till now, they just keep getting exceedingly more and more unrealistic and ridiculous, but it's fun to watch. You know, it's just, that's just my thing. I don't know. I go in expecting stupid, just off the wall randomness, and it makes me giddy. It makes me laugh, but I still enjoy it, right? So yeah, do with that what you will, but I didn't think that that was something that made the movie horrible. The stunts are great. The acting is great. And I mean, we also get to see the last of Lance Reddick, which I absolutely loved him. So sad when he passed away, but it was just nice to see him on the screen again. Yeah. But anyway, again, there are so many good things that kind of make the not so great things a little more tolerable, right? At least in my opinion. Overall, Ballerina's entertaining. It's a solid watch. And even though it's not like my favorite of the franchise, it's still something I would watch again. So, it bridges the gap in between, what was it, chapter 3 and 4, which I really felt was nice. And at the end of the day, I wasn't bored, right? Like, I think that's probably one of the big things. I was entertained. Because of this, I give it a 4 out of 5. And now on to video. Video wise, it looks great in 4K. I mean, you can't really complain about it. They did a really great job. The colors really stand out. You're getting these great close up scenes and costume work, and everything just really pops when it needs to. I love the costumes. The costume designer just, they have fun with all this stuff, just throwing little things here and there. And also the set designs and location shots. It's a lot of fun, and they pay attention to detail with those things. Now, the one thing I will kind of complain about, but I don't really know if I think it was intentional, is that it's not as crisp as other 4K releases. And it's primarily because I think they shot this movie in almost a softer type of tone. It has like that dark, moody style, and it still has strong contrast, especially when you have like these dark scenes with neon lights and explosions and all of those things. But again, you're still getting a little bit softer in certain areas. And I think I would have just liked it to be a little more crisp like other 4Ks. There were also some other scenes where you could really tell that they were digital, just a little bit. I mean, but that happens. There's not really too much that you can do about that. So don't really take too much off for these things. Again, I think it was intentional the way that it was filmed, so you're not going to get the full 4K effect, but it doesn't ruin the experience. So because of this, I'm giving the video a 4.5 out of 5. Now on to the audio. And this was also filmed with the Dolby Atmos track, and you know how I love these, but this one didn't quite hit the mark like the other ones have. Like, I think maybe I've just set my expectations too high now, which normally I don't do that, but I think I just expect so much from that type of track that there's little things and inconsistencies that kind of annoyed me a little bit. But again, not anything that's going to ruin the experience when you watch this. Don't get me wrong, explosions and the particular fighting scenes, where you're the connections of the, punching and whatnot, it all works. And it sounds great. But when it comes to some of the sound layers, they were just a little lacking. Like, for example, they're in, I don't know, would you call it like a discoteca, a club? I don't know. But they're just, dance, music, loud crowds. You would think that those layers would kind of pick up here and there. And it was just kind of dulled. Like, I feel like it could have had more of an impact in that scene if we could just get a little bit more, But again, that's just me being nitpicky. But when you expect to hear all of these sounds and different layers, all around, you're kind of hoping that in those scenes that's what you're really going to get. And it's not every scene that is struggling from this. Other scenes did it well. I think, what was it? The train. I remember the train scene, like that. You get some good quality sounds that are just kind of buzzing in here and there. And again, I just feel like some of the scenes just kind of lost that. I don't know if they forgot to go back in and dub sounds in, or if they forgot to boost the quality in certain areas. Again, I don't know. It's not my job. I don't know the difficulties that come into doing all of this stuff, or if it was just kind of an afterthought. And they're like, whatever, we're good. It's fine. They'll still get it. It's totally fine. But again, just little minor tweaks here and there, I think would have just really boosted the quality of the overall sound. And because of this, again, not a huge deal. So that's why I'm only marking it down a little bit and giving it a 4.5 out of 5. And now on to extras. We got some extras, not as great as Jurassic World Rebirth, which just went up yesterday. So if you want to know how great those extras are, go watch my video. But they're not as bad as some of the previous ones where if you've watched the videos, you know which ones I give a stink about, because I love me some extras. And if I'm getting a release, whether it's Blu-ray or 4K, I want to make sure I'm getting some more fun stuff with it, right? I mean, isn't that what you want? Because we're not getting it with the movie itself when it's released. So what do you get? I'm not going to list all of them off, but you get the commentary, you get the behind the scenes, the making of, how stunts were done and performed. There's no gag reel. That's okay. But you do get some deleted and extended scenes, and I'm all about that. Again, you're not going to get that on a streaming service or when you go to see the movie, so it's nice to have something where you're going to be able to see that stuff. Again, I'm a huge fan of gag reels. So, studios, if you ever decide to listen to this, just please, can you just have them stay recording? It's digital, it's not as expensive as like physical film. I love to see the silliness behind the scenes, especially with really like intense moments. Like you just need that laughter and release. So, I'm just saying, put it out there. Let us enjoy, the laughter and the joy with the crew and cast. I think you guys will really enjoy the extras. It's, a little more entertainment with your purchase. So, with all of this, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. If you are a fan of the John Wick franchise, I really think that you guys will enjoy this. Again, it may not hit the same highs as the main movie. It's still fun. It's action packed. There's great stunts, good action scenes. The acting is good, and we have a female protagonist, and sometimes we need that a little bit. I mean, could some things have been a little better with the plot? Yes. Did we have to change the realism of it? No, I don't think so, but apparently others do. I mean, there were some things a little, again, you're like, whoa, okay. But did that ruin the overall experience? Absolutely not. You may have chuckled when you probably shouldn't have, but I chuckle all the time because that's, my nervous response to things. So, I mean, I don't think that that's a bad thing. And I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the video quality, the audio quality. Again, they had some minor issues, but not anything that's going to be a significant downgrade when it comes to reviewing this. It's just fun. It's entertaining. And I really think that you guys will enjoy this 4K UHD release of Ballerina. So because of all of this, I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5. I really don't think that there's really much to bring it down any further. I think I had said I was giving the movie a 4, but honestly it was a 3.5, so that's why we're getting the overall 4. Still, B movie. Like, it's the whole thing is just fun. So, if you're a fan, go out today and grab your copy because the release date is today. Just got a little later than I wanted to, but I try to get these things out as quickly as possible before release date. Just didn't happen this time, but I'm so excited that I got this. It's going into my library with the rest of the John Wick movies. So again, if you're a fan of John Wick, of Ana de Armas, I mean, like, just the cool type of vibe that these movies have in general, definitely get your hands on a copy. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But if you disagree, or if you just want to chat about what you thought about the movie and maybe some things I missed, because I only have a short period of time to talk about this stuff, leave a comment below and we can further discuss in a chat. And with that, this concludes my review of Ballerina in 4K UHD. Please be sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels so you never miss out on any entertainment news. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!